Hello, this is Bill. Uh, I spent from November till May of this year working at a surface mine here in North Florida. And a little shadow you're seeing is what I'm going to show on the camera here in a moment. When I would stop to refuel the piece of equipment that I was driving at the surface mine, I could look around on the ground for a little bit. And I kept finding these little pieces of red clay pots. I need to clean my fingernails, but oh well. And they all have these little lines on the outside. They are raised, they're textured. You can feel them. None of them are consistent, and they all have a concave or curvature to them. A little hard to tell on the small one here. So we're going to set that one there. This other piece I also picked up has the lines going almost vertical, and the concave is a little more obvious with this one. Back up just a little bit here. I don't know where they came from. I don't know how old they might be, but they were littered all over the surface mine. Now, we weren't really allowed to get out of the trucks we were driving too much. I mean, bathroom breaks, refueling, that's about it. But well, I'll set that one there. This bigger piece is a little easier to tell the concave, and you should be able to tell that the grooves on it are still different than the other one. And as I said, this one's a lot easier to see the concave or curvature with it. And so I'm stumped on trying to figure out the age, and maybe someone out there on YouTube world can answer that for me. And now, the reason I'm doing this is I found this next piece in my driveway, which is about 20 minutes from work. Now, my father did have dirt brought in to help fill in some of the low spots in the ground, but he also used a box blade and moved some dirt around to move from high spots to low spots. Oh, my eye is itching. And it still has the same concave, or similar. A little hard to tell on that one. The corners seem to be raised up a little more. And the lines on it kind of match the one to the left. The one to the right, or left here as well, on top, is pretty much vertical to the curvature of the piece, but they're wider apart. The little one here, which is really hard to tell, maybe if I stand it up the other way, nope, run diagonal for the curvature of the piece, and it's really hard to tell on this little one, but you can feel it. And I can't figure out how to hold it to show you without covering up part of it. That's better. You can kind of make out the curvature if I turn it this way. So, on the way out to the mail this morning, I found this piece over here. And I thought I'd show you the other two pieces I saw in the driveway before I pick them up. Say hi, Catra. Say hi, kitty. Flip, flip. Hi, kitten. Okay, so here we have two pieces. There's one there, and another one just in the shade here. Might be a little hard to see with the shade, but I can't help that. And it is a side chip. It's chipped on an angle. And there's the distinct lines with it. Sorry. We'll look at it inside. It'll be easier. And the other piece here. It's a nice big piece. And we did have about 3/10 of an inch of rain yesterday too, so could have washed them off. And that still has the same curvature, and the lines are on an angle. Let's have a look inside, it'll be easier to see it. Well, I think I might have a third piece here. And this one's probably pretty big. Oh yeah. That's the biggest piece I've found yet. I'm gonna have to work on my editing skills. I accidentally stopped the video. We're gonna have to clean that one up. But that one's big, and it's very obviously that it's curved. And the lines do appear to run vertically with the curvature. So, we'll see. We have yet another piece, but this one's smaller. Another little chip. And this one does not appear to have any lines. It's just a chip, but it still looks like the same material. You're not in the camera, sorry. There's no lines, but it appears to be the same material. So it's hot out here. I'm going back to the inside. Alright, so I'm back inside with what I picked up from the driveway. You know, remember these three pieces came from the surface mine. Real thin, close together lines. Lines are spaced out, still following the curvature of the clay piece. And this one was really hard to tell, but that's the underside. Those are not following the curvature on that one. It's off on an angle. One of the pieces that I picked up is just a chip with no outside identifications. Oh, there's a little bit right there. Just make them out, hopefully. So it really got splintered. I don't see any curvature with that one. I don't know. It could be that it broke a few times before getting to this piece. There's just a hint of the lines that I can see on the top edge there. Maybe you guys can see that, hopefully. This is the first attempt at recording with my phone for any serious length of time. This piece I set aside because its lines don't follow straight up and down with the curvature. They're on an angle, like this much smaller piece I've picked up at the surface mine. And there's pretty even thickness. I'm finding some pieces to be thicker than others. Maybe that means the bigger pots were heavier. Would make sense to me. Y'all did not see me pick this piece up. I didn't think it was, I thought it was bark when I went down and put my thumb down on it. It did not crush like bark. It's a nice little triangular chip, and a much thicker piece. I don't know how I can stand this up here. Than this one. Then I picked up this piece, which y'all actually saw, which is a side chip. I don't know, it's got more side than top, so, and it still has the lines that follow the curvature of the piece, and I'm completely at a loss on these things. This piece you saw also, and it's considerably thicker than the others also, and I'm assuming it would be this way. It could be the other way also, but it works for me for this way, and y'all can obviously see the curvature with it there. And this final piece is the biggest piece I found in comparison. Y'all can plainly see, even with the others here. And obviously that's one of the smaller pieces. Pardon my mouse pad. But this piece is mouse pad name. Does have the same curvature, thinner, closer together lines. I did have to wash it off, so it's still damp. But yeah, if anyone knows anything about clay pottery or clay pots, is there a way to tell an age? I'm all ears. Let me know. Thanks for watching.